Um, all right. So, with me for a conversation, I have Trucker Kearsey. She is a 10-year veteran. She is a trainer. She is a successful author as well. She has written two books that are on Amazon. You can go check them out. She also has a perfect driving record. This is none other than Trucker Kearsey. Hello, Trucker Kearsey. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing great today, and thank you for inviting me onto your show here.
You are more than welcome. Thank you. The pleasure's all mine. So, Trucker Kearsey, you've been driving for 10 years. What are some of the things that you've seen over the road that can help new drivers?
Well, this is a challenge. I've had a lot of accomplishments over my life,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a struggle for new people, and you can't give up. So you have to understand that everybody has different levels of experience and comfort, even levels different experience with weather. So you can't expect one person who from Florida who's never seen snow before to drive as well as somebody who's been like me in New Jersey where snow was the norm. So one thing that new people really have to do is just keep improving your skills that you have and don't be too down on yourself, because a lot of us have unrealistic expectations for ourselves and our own goals, but they also have unrealistic expectations of what life on the road can be.
All right, that's good news. So, what are some challenges or some advice that you could give to veteran drivers?
Veteran drivers need to make sure they don't become complacent, where we can really become lax because we know what we're doing. We know the truck stops. We know where we're going to stop. So a lot of times, veteran drivers have a tendency to play with their phones more. They have a tendency to, eat and drink more. When you're brand new, you're terrified and you're white knuckling that, and your face is like glued to the mirrors and glued to your windshield, and you're terrified. But as we gain experience, you start seeing people remove their jackets. There was a driver a few years ago. He removed his jacket, his arm got caught, and he killed four people in an accident.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, so you know, just sometimes when you're experienced, you can just have too much confidence in your skills too. You might go out into a storm that maybe a new person would be too scared and stop, and you say, "Oh, well, I can drive on the ice and I can deal with that 50-mile-per-hour wind," but it only takes one time for you to kill yourself, kill somebody else. Your luck is going to run out if you keep tempting fate like that.
Man, you know what? I'm guilty as charged. Because like you said, as a veteran driver, you forget all the basics. You start fiddling around with your cup holder and your coffee. You start messing around with your headphones. And like you said, if it's too hot, you slide your jacket off it. Or if it's too cold, you'll probably put some sleeves on. So you definitely start to get those. You start to, I guess, form bad habits, if you will.
Absolutely. And experienced drivers also have a tendency to lose patience with other drivers.
Mm-hmm.
You see somebody backing up and it takes them 10 minutes to back up,
Mm.
and you're mad and you're frustrated. Instead of waiting to try to get around them as soon as you can, get out and help them back up.
Wow.
I mean, show some consideration. You're going to spend less time getting out of your truck to help them back up. They're obviously new.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of experienced drivers were always in a rush, and we allow things to annoy us and frustrate us, and we need to kind of sometimes just take a breath and slow down a little bit. Um, I had said to you before that in an earlier conversation that we allow a lot of things to distract us, whether it's emotional relationships. You just had an argument with your wife, or you're hungry or you're sick. There's a lot more distractions. People automatically think talking on the phone is the first distraction, or, playing with your GPS, but there's a lot more internal distractions that we have. And all of these things are risks that we sometimes don't realize are risks, whether you're new or whether you're experienced. So even just me being aggravated, waiting for this guy to back up who's taken too long, as soon as he starts to back up and I have enough room to swing around, I might not be paying attention to my mirror now, and I just hit a car that I didn't realize was behind me or too close to me.
Man, you're really hitting on some good stuff. Whenever you talk about the emotional baggage that we can kind of bring on the road with